It Takes Two released March 26th, 2021, and it rocked the world with its fun gameplay, mesmerizing graphics, and an incredible story. One of the main characters, Dr. Hakim, plays a role as the couple's upbeat, comedic, and lovable therapist throughout the game. His advice he gives seems authentic at first, but is his advice enough for a couple to stay together? Is his quote-unquote therapy actually legit when compared to the country's leading couples therapists? Does his 3-session program really work in helping couples heal their relationship? Let's find out on today's episode of Subliminal. Dr. Hakim gives several bits of advice during his time spent with Cody and May. He lays it out with very vivid experiences for the couple to learn his lessons, which lead to some harrowing adventures. However, his advice is simple and to the point. All a relationship takes is collaboration, time, attraction, and passion. Is this really all it takes for a relationship to work? Or is Dr. Hakim selling us some quack remedy that quick fixes relationships? Let's back up for a minute. Relationships, whether they are romantic or not, are connections and bonds that everyone engages in every day. Even if you don't physically interact with someone, you are still using your time and energy to engage with others. However, that is another video in and of itself, and for today we'll be primarily focusing on romantic relationships. But it could also apply if you and the homie really want to work on your relationship. We will evaluate Dr. Hakim's stance on relationships through 2 lenses that are both academically and psychologically tested, tried, and true. Now there's a disclaimer. Not every therapist operates out of these perspectives. That doesn't mean they're wrong, but make sure the therapist you are seeing operates out of a proven orientation. The first lens we will look through is an assessment called Prepare and Rich, developed by David Olson and Amy Olsen-Sig. The second being an approach to therapy called Emotionally Focused Therapy, abbreviated EFT, developed by Sue Johnson. The Prepare and Rich assessment is conducted by trained and certified facilitators that are backed by over 40 years of research and validation. It has proven to be a helpful tool for most couples who are either preparing, repairing, or simply attempting to enrich their relationship. They emphasize the importance of slowing down, learning to listen to one another, and developing skills that allow the couple to engage in healthy conflict. Emotionally focused therapy primarily focuses on the connections between individuals, also called attachments, and emphasizes the importance of communication, underlying emotions, and evaluating how a person has attached to others over the course of their life. It is a process that involves slowing down, being present, and learning how to overcome the relational roadblocks. If we take the key aspects of both of these tools, we come up with a list that includes learning to listen, understand, and respect the other person, giving the couple tools to approach tough life transitions and conflict, and allowing the couple to have a renewed passion for one another. If this sounds familiar, it's because it is. Looking back at Dr. Hakim's points, which are collaboration, time, attraction, and passion, we see how they reasonably align with what these other established resources are saying works. Let's take a look more closely at each of these elements to see how they line up.
Hey, stop fighting, you two! Focus on the mission!
We are focusing. We're just trying to find a way out of this damn place.
You will only do that if you collaborate.
Yeah. Collaboration. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, blah, 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 huh?
Yeah. Blah, 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 ha.
Okay. Just don't forget, yeah?
Blah, blah.
Oh, shut up, you two!
Collaboration!
The word collaborate means to work jointly with others or together, especially in an intellectual endeavor. It's working with someone else in order to accomplish something. In this case, it's working together to achieve a happy relationship. Thus, the first and most important point. In order for a relationship to work, both parties need to be willing to try to make it work. If there is no motivation to fix what's broken, it won't get fixed. This is backed up not only by the resources mentioned previously, but also several thousands of others agree that without motivation, there is no ability to change. Therefore, collaboration receives the legitimate stamp.
What?
Let us go.
This is abduction!
No, this is Dr. Hakim's couples therapy.
We're not a team and we don't have time for this.
Time. Good, May. That will be our first topic. Aha! Now, do you give it...
It's something we all have the complete freedom to choose how we spend it, yet always claim we don't have enough. While there are some necessary things that fill up our time, like work and school, ultimately it is up to us how we use our time. This same principle applies to relationships. The more time you spend with someone, the more you grow closer to them. Of course, there are healthy times and boundaries of space, but it varies from person to person and relationship to relationship. The overall point that Dr. Hakim makes, as well as all the professionals of the field, is that in order to maintain a relationship, you have to set aside intentional time to be with that person, giving time the legitimate stamp.
Are you ready for piece number 2 and lesson number 2?
No.
Good. What else besides love makes couples stay together?
Mortgage.
Kids.
No. Attraction. Ta-da! It pulls people.
Dr. Hakim defines attraction as the pull towards each other in the relationship. He tells Cody and May that they lost attraction and are in need of finding it again. Most couples who are at this point have the response that Cody and May have, like, what's the point? We've already decided to give up. Which goes back to the very first point, that the couple needs motivation and collaboration in order to get there. But with that in place, the process to be attracted to one another can begin again. To be clear, this doesn't mean it will feel exactly like when you fell in love for the first time. That's because falling in love is just chemicals releasing in the brain. But while it may look, feel, and be different than it was before, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It has simply changed. This idea is mirrored in our resources and several others, thus giving attraction the legitimate stamp.
Congratulations! Isn't this exciting?
Yes, we're thrilled.
Good! Now, how do you find your purpose in life? Through, wait for it, passion!
Yeah, I still don't see the connection here.
What is interesting is that this portion of the game is about Cody and May's individual passions. It could be easy to draw the conclusion that people must have a passion in order to be happy.
Passion that lights the path to your purpose in life. Passion, path, purpose, passion, you know, huh?
No.
While in some ways that is true, in the sense that passions can give us purpose, it doesn't equally equate to a happy relationship. Dr. Hakim didn't tell Cody about his passion for gardening, and the same way with May about her singing. He let them point it out in each other. This portion of the game is centered around allowing the couple to collaborate with the other on their individual passion, which then in turn brought them together. Our individual passions can be similar, but are oftentimes different from our partners. It simply means that we may have to get out of our comfort zone to either tolerate, but hopefully eventually enjoy the other person's passions, dreams, and hobbies. I don't even have to tell you the research, which is there, trust me. But when you find someone that shows genuine interest in your passions, you instantly feel more supported and cared for, which gives passion our final legitimate stamp. While I certainly wouldn't refer a struggling couple to Dr. Hakim,
Do you want the last therapist or not?
Hey, that's blackmail.
No! It's therapy!
nor would I suggest that playing It Takes Two fixes every relationship's problems, the game does provide a way for two individuals to collaborate with one another and learn some valuable lessons along the way. His 4 seemingly simple points stand up in comparison to the couple's research that is already out there. If you or someone you know may be struggling with their relationship, I would encourage you to reach out to a licensed counselor, and I have provided some links down below for services that I recommend and trust. If you are interested in seeing a video examining how two-player games like It Takes Two impacts the players themselves, comment down below, as well as any other games you'd like to see me cover. And while you're at it, make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, keep learning, keep playing.